I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like, when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know.
We have always said it is about the children. It's not just about me. Never just made it about me. I'm just the loudest one.
The entertainment industry is known for its love of secrets. But what happens when those secrets that connect some of the most influential figures in Hollywood begin to come to light? Winfrey, Oprah, while their public personas have been meticulously crafted over decades, the three identities of Whoopi Goldberg, Diddy, and Diddy, all of whom have made news in their own unique ways, are now being drawn into the same complex web of controversy. Rumors about their relationships are beginning to change the image, and we promise that after you hear what is being said, you will never view these stars in the same light again.
To the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we get here?
Let's begin with Diddy, the flamboyant mogul whose name has come to represent luxury, power, and influence. From his groundbreaking music career to his forays into fashion, television, and beyond, he has built an empire that seemed untouchable until recently. His recent legal issues, which have dominated the news, are rocking the industry to its foundation. The accusations against him are not only bringing him to the end of his career, but they are also bringing others into the spotlight. While Diddy's public persona has always been larger than life, those closest to him are now under scrutiny, including Oprah and Whoopi.
People online are split about this.
Oprah Winfrey, often hailed as the queen of daytime television and a media mogul with unmatched influence, has long been admired for her empire and advocacy. However, rumors about her connections to controversial figures have cast a shadow over her illustrious career. Her once close friendship with Harvey Weinstein raised eyebrows when his predatory behavior came to light, prompting questions about how much she knew. Now, with Diddy Combs embroiled in headline-making scandals, Oprah's past associations with him are being scrutinized. Did she know more than she revealed? Or could her silence suggest complicity in the toxic culture she outwardly opposes? Whoopi Goldberg, a Hollywood legend known for her unfiltered takes on The View is also being drawn into the conversation. Reports suggest that both Oprah and Whoopi were regular attendees at Diddy's infamous gatherings, extravagant, exclusive events shrouded in secrecy and attended by some of the most influential figures in the world. With new allegations emerging about the true nature of these parties, questions are mounting about just how deep these connections run and whether these icons turn a blind eye to the troubling behaviors of those in their orbit.
I came here today just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see it.
According to insiders, Diddy's gatherings were more than just glamorous parties. They were centers of influence where deals were made, power was brokered, and allegedly boundaries were crossed. Guests were reportedly required to sign confidentiality agreements upon arrival, a practice that only fueled speculation about what really went on behind closed doors and among those rumored to have attended Oprah and Voi's events. For years, Diddy's gatherings were the stuff of legend, with lavish settings, celebrity-filled guest lists, and an aura of secrecy that kept the public guessing.
It was completely outside of my frame of reference. I've been in show business since I was 14, and I've heard the stories of what happened.
Photos of Oprah Winfrey and Diddy Combs have circulated online for years, capturing the two sharing laughs and conversations at high-profile events. At the time, these images seemed harmless, just another glimpse into Hollywood's glamorous social scene. However, in light of recent controversies surrounding Diddy, these once innocuous moments are being re-examined. Could they hint at a deeper connection? And if so, what implications does this hold for Oprah's meticulously crafted image as a champion of truth and justice? This isn't the first time Oprah's associations have sparked backlash. Her ties to Harvey Weinstein faced intense scrutiny after allegations against him became public. Critics accused her of remaining a staunch supporter of the disgraced producer, even as whispers of his misconduct began to surface. Many argued she prioritized her career and connections over standing up for what was right. Though Oprah eventually distanced herself from Weinstein, the controversy left a stain on her legacy. Now, with Diddy dominating headlines for all the wrong reasons, those past accusations are resurfacing, reigniting debates about Oprah's alliances and the true extent of her accountability.
Tell her.
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative.
Whoopi Goldberg has largely managed to steer clear of major scandals until now. Her ties to scene Diddy Combs have always been subtle, but recent reports suggest she was a regular attendee at his exclusive gatherings. Known for her outspoken nature, Whoopi's silence on this topic has raised eyebrows. Is she attempting to distance herself from the fallout, or is there more to the story than she's letting on? Adding complexity to the situation is the broader context of Hollywood's tightly woven power circles. Diddy's gatherings were far more than lavish parties. They served as high-stakes networking events for the elite. The guest lists reportedly included A-list celebrities, influential executives, and even political figures. The allure of these events was undeniable, but so was the secrecy surrounding them. Now, as new details come to light, it's becoming apparent that these gatherings may have been far more sinister than they appeared, leaving many to question the role of those who attended.
Thought Diddy would be throwing all his celebrity mates under the bus.
I mean, that could potentially be coming when it's time for court and when it's time for him to testify. But what we're seeing right now is how important public relations really are to Sean Combs. He's desperately trying to control the narrative behind bars, allowing his attorneys to do documentaries.
An insider once described Diddy's infamous gatherings as the kind of events where deals were made, but not the kind anyone would want their name attached to. According to this source, the guest lists were meticulously curated, ensuring only the most powerful and influential were invited. Yet, with great power comes great responsibility, or at least it should. As allegations about these gatherings surface, the lingering questions remain: who knew what and when? For Oprah Winfrey, the stakes could not be higher. Her entire brand is built on trust, on the image of being a beacon of hope and inspiration. However, these revelations threaten to cast a shadow over that carefully curated persona. If it's revealed that she knew what was happening at these events, or worse, played a role in enabling them, it could mark a pivotal moment in her career. Although Oprah has denied any wrongdoing, the court of public opinion is far less forgiving. Whoopi Goldberg also stands to lose a great deal. Her outspoken nature has earned her both admirers and detractors, but this latest controversy could alienate even her most loyal supporters. If she's found to have been complicit in any way, the blow to her reputation could be devastating. While Whoopi has yet to address the situation publicly, her silence on the matter is telling, leaving many to speculate about the extent of her involvement.
Have y'all spoke after this?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't have anything against Oprah.
You just called up.
I'm gonna tell you why.
You named your dog Oprah, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
As more details come to light, one thing is certain: this story is far from over. Seeing Diddy Combs' legal troubles appear to be just the beginning, with ripple effects already spreading across Hollywood. While Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg may not be at the center of the allegations, their connections to Diddy have thrust them into the spotlight. In an industry where appearances are everything, such scrutiny can be career-altering. What stands out most is how this unfolding drama underscores the intricate web of Hollywood's elite. Diddy, Oprah, and Whoopi are just a few names in a much larger network of influence that extends far beyond the entertainment world. Despite their differing public personas, their shared connections hint at a deeper complicity within these circles. As more individuals come forward to share their stories, this web of power and secrecy is beginning to unravel. This isn't the first time Hollywood's power players have faced intense public scrutiny, and it certainly won't be the last. However, what makes this particular case so striking is the scale of the allegations and the prominence of the names involved. For years, whispers about what happens behind closed doors in the entertainment industry have fueled speculation. Now those whispers are turning into full-blown revelations, and the fallout is just beginning to take shape.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
As the dust settles, one question looms. How many more names will be pulled into the spotlight? Seeing Diddy Combs' downfall has already implicated some of Hollywood's biggest stars, and the ripple effects are likely far from over. For Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg, the stakes couldn't be higher. With their legacies on the line, every move they make is under scrutiny. Whether they emerge unscathed remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: the era of Hollywood's untouchable elite is fading. As Diddy's legal troubles unfold, the connections among Hollywood's most powerful figures will likely come into sharper focus. What other secrets are waiting to be revealed? And how will the entertainment industry confront the fallout? One thing is certain: this story is far from over. Stay tuned.
U.S. judge has ruled that the rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs will stand trial on federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges in May. He'll be held in prison until then. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that he used his business empire to transport women and male workers across state lines to take part in recorded performances. If convicted, he could face a life sentence.
Now, things are getting much worse. Diddy's recent arrest has revealed startling allegations that might destroy his empire, but it has also revealed a secret world of deep ties and power that spans Hollywood. We're talking about some of the most well-known and powerful figures in entertainment, including Oprah Winfrey and even Diddy's own associates who worked behind the scenes. The more you look into these accusations, the more names start to come to light. It's not just about Diddy anymore. It's about the network of people who may have been complicit either through silence or outright participation.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
Let's begin with Diddy's legal issues, which appear to be the beginning of the end. Authorities claim that he used his enormous business empire to plan a number of unsettling operations over the years, from his record label Bad Boy Records to his other ventures. According to the indictment, Diddy was not only operating a business, but also a well-planned scheme to preserve his reputation and exert control over those around him. Prosecutors assert that this behavior goes back more than 10 years, presenting a picture of a man who felt he was untouchable.
You're not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it.
Here's where things take a darker turn. While seeing Diddy Combs faces the brunt of these allegations, the fallout is rippling across his entire orbit. Longtime collaborators, associates, and even friends are being forced to confront their own potential complicity. Take Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a former producer who worked closely with Diddy, for instance. In a shocking lawsuit, Jones alleges that Diddy pressured him into participating in inappropriate activities, and worse, forced him to document everything on video. According to Jones, Diddy installed hidden cameras in his homes and recording studios to capture compromising footage of his guests. The recordings allegedly feature some of Hollywood's most powerful figures. Jones claims these videos were a form of leverage used by Diddy to maintain control over his inner circle. The implication is chilling, with secret recordings of celebrities or executives engaged in activities they'd rather keep private. Diddy allegedly wielded immense power to silence potential whistleblowers and ensure loyalty. If these allegations are true, they reveal a calculated and manipulative strategy far beyond anything seen in recent Hollywood scandals. This story is no longer just about Diddy. It's about a culture of silence and control that permeates the entertainment industry, with consequences that could shake its foundations.
And I understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day. And now there's talk about putting him in, it's like a bubble. It's like a cell that has like a plexiglass wall in it where they have inmates watching you. That's actually their job, to keep an eye on the inmates that are on watch.
It's hard to imagine that anyone could attend one of Diddy's infamous parties and not notice that things weren't exactly above board, but many of the guests reportedly turned a blind eye out of loyalty, fear, or self-preservation. This is where Oprah's name starts to come up again. But what about the people who attended these gatherings? Surely they must have known something was wrong after all.
You have a couple of pets as well, a dog and a cat with interesting names, to say the least.
Yeah. That's Oprah.
That's Oprah. Okay.
Oprah Winfrey has been photographed with seeing Diddy Combs on multiple occasions, and while their relationship has largely been portrayed as professional, new questions are emerging about how much she knew about his private life. Some sources allege that Oprah was a guest at several of Diddy's exclusive events, where attendees were reportedly required to sign strict confidentiality agreements. These gatherings, often described as extravagant and over the top, were shrouded in secrecy, with only the most trusted individuals invited. However, in light of the recent allegations against Diddy, many are questioning whether these parties were more than just harmless celebrations of wealth and fame. This isn't the first time Oprah's judgment has faced scrutiny. Her close friendship with Harvey Weinstein has long been a source of controversy, particularly after it was revealed she continued associating with him, even as rumors about his predatory behavior circulated. Critics accused Oprah of turning a blind eye to Weinstein's actions, prioritizing her professional relationships over doing the right thing. Now, with her name being linked to Diddy, those criticisms are resurfacing. Could Oprah's connections to powerful men like Weinstein and Diddy be more than mere coincidence? If so, what does this suggest about her role in Hollywood's culture of silence and complicity? As the entertainment industry faces a reckoning, these questions are becoming harder to ignore.
Public realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
The case of Brendan Paul, a young man who served as Diddy's assistant, comes next. According to court documents, Paul was one of several employees tasked with carrying out Diddy's orders, no matter how dubious they might have been. This included arranging transportation, managing logistics, and, according to some sources, making sure that no one outside of Diddy's inner circle knew what was truly happening behind closed doors. Paul was arrested earlier this year at a Miami airport after authorities allegedly discovered suspicious substances in his luggage. Although the charges against him were relatively minor, the incident sparked speculation about his involvement in Diddy's operation.
What his team is trying to do is get the public to assume that the government is leaking some of this negative information about him, like that Cassie video. But the reality is, he's got a lot of enemies. And
Paul's arrest has cast a harsh spotlight on other members of Diddy Combs' team, many of whom are now under scrutiny for their roles in his operations. Insiders suggest that Diddy's employees weren't merely passive participants, but active collaborators who played a crucial role in maintaining his empire. While it's unclear how much they knew about the full scope of his alleged activities, their silence has raised serious questions about their accountability. A significant concern is the use of non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. According to multiple reports, Diddy required anyone who attended his events or worked for him to sign strict confidentiality agreements. These NDAs, reportedly enforced under the threat of legal action, ensured that no one could speak out without facing severe consequences. While NDAs are a common tactic among Hollywood's elite, Diddy's alleged use of them appears to have been particularly calculated and effective in keeping his secrets hidden.
You have bullies in this business, and the bullies are so used to being bullies, they don't understand when somebody bite back.
Right.
Not bark back, they bite back.
This brings us back to Oprah and Whoopi, two women who have built their careers on the principle of speaking truth to power. Yet their connections to Diddy raise questions about a complicity that's hard to reconcile with their public personas. Oprah, in particular, has faced criticism for promoting individuals who later turned out to be deeply problematic. From Harvey Weinstein to spiritual healer John of God, Oprah has been accused of using her influential platform to legitimize figures who were later exposed for serious wrongdoing. Now, with Diddy's name added to that list, her credibility is once again under scrutiny. Then there's Whoopi Goldberg, whose outspoken nature has made her a beloved figure in Hollywood and beyond. However, her silence on the Diddy scandal is deafening. While she's never been one to shy away from controversy, her refusal to address her ties to Diddy has led many to wonder if she has something to hide. Could it be that Whoopi, like so many others in Hollywood, was aware of Diddy's behavior but chose to stay silent? And if so, what does this say about the entertainment industry as a whole and the culture of silence that allows such behavior to persist unchecked?
They're not done, and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
Paul's arrest has cast a harsh spotlight on other members of Scene Diddy Combs' team, many of whom are now under scrutiny for their roles in his operations. Insiders suggest that Diddy's employees weren't merely passive participants, but active collaborators who played a crucial role in maintaining his empire. While it's unclear how much they knew about the full scope of his alleged activities, their silence has raised serious questions about their accountability. A significant concern is the use of non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. According to multiple reports, Diddy required anyone who attended his events or worked for him to sign strict confidentiality agreements. These NDAs, reportedly enforced under the threat of legal action, ensured that no one could speak out without facing severe consequences. While NDAs are a common tactic among Hollywood's elite, Diddy's alleged use of them appears to have been particularly calculated and effective in keeping his secrets hidden.
I think it's to be expected, just the shock of this and the questions about what is ahead of us. I mean, how long is he going to be in custody? Is this an R. Kelly situation? Is he going to not get out for a number of years? Is he going to end up serving a long-term prison sentence from this? Or does he have a chance of beating these charges at a trial that could come?
This brings us back to Oprah and Whoopi, two women who have built their careers on the principle of speaking truth to power. Yet their connections to Diddy raise questions about a complicity that's hard to reconcile with their public personas. Oprah, in particular, has faced criticism for promoting individuals who later turned out to be deeply problematic. From Harvey Weinstein to spiritual healer John of God, Oprah has been accused of using her influential platform to legitimize figures who were later exposed for serious wrongdoing. Now, with Diddy's name added to that list, her credibility is once again under scrutiny. Then there's Whoopi Goldberg, whose outspoken nature has made her a beloved figure in Hollywood and beyond. However, her silence on the Diddy scandal is deafening. While she's never been one to shy away from controversy, her refusal to address her ties to Diddy has led many to wonder if she has something to hide. Could it be that Whoopi, like so many others in Hollywood, was aware of Diddy's behavior but chose to stay silent? And if so, what does this say about the entertainment industry as a whole and the culture of silence that allows such behavior to persist unchecked?